just look at it. You're gonna see how much it pulled you. Mhm.
Natalie forced me.
Audio test, 1, 2, 3.
was telling me that someone broke into the city hall
What?
on New Year's Day. Someone broke.
Good morning to our attendees, city staff, executives who are joining us here in the board hearing room. If there's any member of the public who wishes to offer public comment or commentary on any of our agendized items, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room on top of the table. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on and hand it to me. I'll record your information for the record and call upon you when we reach your item. It is 9:52 and we should get started with the board meeting in approximately 8 minutes. Good morning once again to our attendees who are joining us here in the hearing room, city staff, executives, members of the public. I am just, again, asking if anyone would like to offer public comment, to please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room. I'm also providing audio input just to verify that we are coming through loud and clear on our platforms, YouTube and Zoom. And I'm just going to continue to provide a little bit of audio until I receive confirmation that we are coming through. And just confirming that we have received confirmation that Zoom is good, and just awaiting confirmation on YouTube. The YouTube broadcast is the Board of Public Works' own channel. It is linked on the agendas, on all agendas. And it is archived on the board's website, dpw.lacd.org. And for attendees who may be experiencing an issue with the Zoom link on the board's, that is linked from the board's agenda, you can also call in to the Zoom meeting, via the Zoom number that is listed. That is 1-669-254-5252, and then you enter in the meeting ID number 16163711032. Audio test, good morning. Good morning to our city staff, executives, attendees here at the Board of Public Works hearing room. Apologize for the late start. If there's any members of the public who wish to offer commentary, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room. They're on the table in the back. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on and hand it to me. And good morning as well to our attendees who are joining us on the virtual platform. I do see a number of hands raised. I'm going to go through and ask which items you'd like to offer commentary on. If you'd please raise your hand, I will ask you to identify yourself and which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record your information and then I will call upon you when we reach your item. Good morning, Georgina.
Good morning, TJ. I hope you had a happy holidays and a great new year.
Thank you. Would you like to offer public commentary this morning?
Public commentary and all agenda items, please.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Audit LA, good morning.
Good morning, TJ and Commission. I would like to speak to public agenda item and all agenda items, please. I mean, public comment and all agenda items.
Very well. Thank you, Audit LA. I have you down for public comments on all agenda items. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Laura FM, good morning.
This is Miriam.
Good morning, Miriam.
Yeah, I would like the public comment, please.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Gigi, good morning.
Yeah, so I would like general public comment minutes number 3 and number 6.
Thank you, Gigi. I have you down for multiple agenda item commentary and general public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And Laura FM.
Good morning, Board and TJ. Yes, I would like to do general public comment and on all agenda items, please.
Very well, thank you, Laura. I have you down for public comment and all agenda items. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. If there's any other member of the public who wishes to offer commentary, please raise your hand at this time. And if there's any member of the public who wishes to offer public comment, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room and hand it to me. We are going to get started with the meeting momentarily. Thank you. And again, I apologize for the slight delay. Delay for And we're in record mode and ready to begin, President King.
All right. Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for Monday, January 5th, 2026. Mr. Knight, please take roll and establish quorum.
Thank you, President King, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Mitchell, and Commissioner Cardenas are present. We do have a quorum this morning. We are joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. President King, we have no speaker cards here in the hearing room. We have 5 public comments and 4 multiple agenda item commenters on the virtual platform. We've received no neighborhood council commentary this morning.
Thank you very much. So before we get started with general public comment, a quick note, item number 2, which is on consent, has been continued to January 9th, 2026. With that, we will get started with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items and will be provided up to 1 minute per person, up to a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to subject matters which are within the jurisdiction of the Board of Public Works. The board may not take any action on any matters discussed during the public comment period. We do not have any in-person speakers today, so we will transition to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll go ahead and start with Georgina. Georgina, you have 60 seconds to offer your public comment.
Thank you, board. Thank you, TJ. Again, I hope everyone had lovely holidays, and I wish them all the best in the new year to come. In the new year to come, I would like to see Scientology have their permits revoked. They abuse every permit they're given, and yet you continually give them new permits. I don't understand why this continues to happen unless you are in their pockets as well as the LAPD. And that's very concerning to me and needs to be looked into. I don't understand why we have a street named after a cult leader in the first place, even if you just consider it a religion and him a church leader. We don't have other streets in this country named after religions or church leaders. We don't have a Jesus Christ way. We don't have a Muhammad or a Buddha way. That needs to be addressed. It needs to be changed. It's a violation of separation of church and state. And rest in peace, Yvonne.
Thank you. We'll move next to Adedale. Adedale, please unmute. You have 60 seconds to offer your public comment.
Good morning, and I hope everyone had a wonderful break. One person will not be calling in anymore, and someone, Yvonne, and but we're going to continue with her with us in spirit to keep asking you, and you all know behind the scenes how much work she put in to trying to get you to understand what kind of a cult you're dealing with, that how you're not abiding by the own rules of the city, that that you're, and everything firsthand, all the emails and everything that she tried to do to get this fixed. And so in her honor, I just want to say that we are going to continue to beg you to, really wake up and realize that you guys are the one that can get the city BSS to actually follow the rules. You have a right to tell them no, that they don't get it. It's not any kind of attack on them. It's they don't abide by the rules. They do not follow any permit.
Thank
They
you,
snub their.
Adedale, 60 seconds. And we'll move next to Lara FM.
So again, I want to also thank Yvonne for calling in. I know you guys know who we're talking about. She passed away. And if there's anybody in this city who can help, based off of everything she has said over the last 2 years, all the research, everything she's done, you guys have enough information to do something about it. This is somebody who gave the last of her life to helping expose Scientology's infiltration of the city. She's no longer with us. Someday, President Kang, you no longer will be with us. Someday I won't be here. But what we do need to do is address Scientology's infiltration. Stop giving them permits. Stop allowing all of these things to happen. Every single one of you on the board is listening right now. I know you're listening. So you guys all can do individually something that will stop this from allowing to happen. There's a way to say, okay, no more permits for Scientology. Every single permit is violated or abused. Every permit is abusive.
Thank you.
Scientology.
That's 60 seconds. And we'll move next to Miriam. Miriam, go ahead.
Thank you. I hope everyone's had a nice holiday and is going to have a great year this year. Unfortunately, it's a new year, but the same old story. And I also want to give my condolences related to Yvonne's passing. I really wish we can make a change here this year regarding the permits, start to take action. This is part of a bigger infiltration of Scientology in the government inside Los Angeles, and we will be continuing to expose it in Yvonne's name and all the victims of Scientology's name going forward until there's none of us left. So I really hope you're going to be able to work with us this year. That's all. Thank you.
And we'll move next to Gigi.
So Yvonne was one of the few people that would read through the packets for the agenda. She would read through thousands of pages. She would come to you with very specific facts that no one else took the time to read through those packets, and she would have all those facts. She would tell you specific addresses, specific permit numbers. And you guys need to go back and you need to look into what she was telling you. She had all the information. She was giving you all the information. She would explain certain things that you guys were allowed to do that maybe you guys might not know you have the power to do. Maybe you didn't know it was in your purview. But Yvonne is very special. She cannot be replaced. But she gave you all the information. Please reflect on what she's told you in the past and do something about what she had said. Thank you. I yield my time.
And President King, that concludes the public commenters. However, I do see an additional hand raised on the virtual platform. If you like, I can ask.
Yes, please.
Nora, I see that your hand is raised. Would you like to offer public commentary this morning? You should be receiving a pop-up asking you to unmute.
Sorry, I missed the pop-up. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yes. Would you like to offer public comment?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Thank you. I too am calling in about Scientology's barrage of permits that you guys keep issuing. And I want to remind the council that when they ask for these permits, they are not fully disclosing the activity of the event that they're doing. They say they're doing an Easter event, they're doing a Christmas event, they're going to have toys and blah, blah, blah. They do not disclose that every single event they hold on their property is a fundraising activity, which is a violation of your section special event application 41.20.1. All of that is supposed to be fully disclosed. There is no event that Scientology puts on where they are not demanding money from their adherents and getting that money. It does not go directly to benefit, as the charter states, to those people there. It goes into a slush fund overseas in the Cayman Islands and on Cyprus, where it is not used for the benefit of anyone in the community or any singular Scientologist other than David Miscavige.
Thank you. That's 60 seconds. And President King, that concludes public comment for today's meeting.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close general public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment period for up to a minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item, and please identify the items that you will speak on when you are called. We will transition to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President King. We'll go ahead and start with Georgina, followed by Audit LA. Georgina, please unmute. And you have 3 minutes to offer your comment. Please indicate.
Thank you. I'm just going to speak on minutes, so I only need a minute. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just not composed enough to delve into the other agenda items. Yvonne would have read the whole packet and be completely composed. And the fact that she's not reflected in the minutes, her voice is not recorded for posterity for all the contributions she made to this movement, is really sad. She put a lot of work into it, and it should be accessible in the minutes to go back and reflect on the points that she made and that all of us have made. We've been calling in consistently trying to get our voices heard, and by not including us in the minutes, you're silencing our voices and you've silenced her voice, and she was a valuable contribution. Thank you. I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to Audit LA, followed by Laura FM.
Yeah, I'm struggling too. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we just found out last night, she passed suddenly, and I consider her a friend, and she worked tirelessly, and her voice is silenced, not only at these meetings now, but also, like I'm going to say too, on the minutes. It would have been nice to have that catalog and history of all the effort she put in, because it's true. She read every last packet. She was something similar to an engineer. I'm not sure exactly. So she was able to speak way more intelligently on any of this than I could, and so I'm saddened that her voice is silenced in so many ways. I do want to move on to number 3 though with the theater. Like and Yvonne loved theater, so she would be disagreeing with me on this. I know she'd be really happy and say, yes, do the theater. Where I'm more of like the, want to say, let's preserve the money for other things. We have so much going on in the city that, and I love theater too, don't get me wrong, but I used to be in drama club and stuff, but we have so much going on with sidewalks and just the fact that like, my insurance company is discussing replacing my brand new chair because it has caster wheels, and they're already tired with how many replacements they've had to do in the past 6 months that I've had this chair. And so we need every dime, basically. That's not. Yeah, we need our water, we need our streets, we need the infrastructure, and we desperately need our sidewalks taken care of. Um, the next one I want to do is when it comes to the bidding. I see the low bidder, and then also you're going to be putting bids. And again, I just want to put that awareness that prior to getting involved with this, I had no idea that there's labor trafficking still now current in America, but there is. It is not just Scientology, and there's yes, they keep it on their compounds. It's all within their permits and everything. But there's other agencies, entities too that do labor trafficking. They make all the money. They hire people way below the wages. They're not treated well, and so I just always want to put that out there that there is a lot of labor abuse. Not everything is unionized, um, and that please keep an awareness of that. I also want to talk about NCs and a reminder that they are not given enough time to fully be able to come to Public Works because of the timing of things. They don't get the same amount of time that they get because it doesn't go up through committee.
And that's 3 minutes. Thank you. We'll move next to Lara FM, followed by Gigi.
Hi. Okay, so I'm also going to talk about the minutes here, and just a reminder, if everyone on the board can really, I think the real word here, guys, is divorce. Divorce doesn't happen very easily, right? It takes time. There's a whole legal system, the judge, the mom, the dad, the kids, right? So much has happened. So reflecting on the minutes, we're going through a divorce. You guys have to divorce yourself from Scientology. I know that's hard. It's not fun. You're so used to just giving them permits. It's the normal thing. But you're used to is actually causing so much child family damage, of horrible damage to every person, whether family, child member, whatever it is, anybody connected to Scientology, and the permits that you guys keep giving them, okay, is the thing allowing all this abuse. It doesn't seem like a big deal to you, and if it does, you have to start doing something about it. This year, 2026, is the year that the public would like to see on the minutes a reflection of something showing that me, Nora, Tori, Audit, Antics, all these people, Ganja.
I'm going to go ahead and put you on mute, Lara. That's 60 seconds. Are you still interested in commenting on other agenda items, or have you completed your agenda item commentary?
It was an overall agenda to divorce yourself from other members on the agenda items. I know you see you're working with even
Thank you. And we'll move on to Gigi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to speak on the minutes for December 12, 2025. The minutes are the official record. They should reflect what concerns were raised. Some of these concerns have been raised before. When that happens, the minutes should reflect that continuity. I'm asking that unresolved public comments be accurately reflected before the minutes are approved. And item 3, the Madrid Theater. Okay. I'm not as smart as Yvonne. I tried reading through stuff, but to me, this looks like it's a revised funding table. Like the amount stays the same, but the allocations, the contingencies, they change. When funding's like revised, you should be explaining to the public on record, like in simple terms, what the changes are. Like a lot of this is complicated for people that are not Yvonne's. A lot of us don't understand this. I wish that things were explained better, but number 6, this is the cycle track. This item involves a contract award following a second rebid. Rebids usually indicate issues in earlier attempts. And it's important for the public to understand what those issues were and what has changed. So again, I'm asking you to make it more clear for the general public to understand what you guys are even talking about, because we are not all Evans. We don't know all this stuff. Thank you. I yield my time.
President King, that concludes multiple agenda item commentary this morning.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close the multiple item public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with the approval of minutes for Friday, December 12th, 2025. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Seeing no other discussion, there first and a second.
So moved. Second.
First by Commissioner Cardenas, seconded by President Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you, President King. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of minutes, starting with you, President King.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and this item is approved unanimous.
Thank you very much. And moving forward to our agenda item, number 1, 3, which are on consent. Number 2 has been continued to January 9th, 2026. I'll move. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, President King. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of items 1 and 3, starting with you, President King.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and these items are approved unanimous.
Thank you very much. We'll go to item number 4 for Council District 12, revised task order solicitation number 11, Tetra Tech. Please turn on the mic. There should be a little button. Yes, slide it up. There should be a button or like a.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Roshanak Barjavand. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Roshanak Barjavand. I'm here today to request that the board authorize a revision to task order solicitation number 11 to Tetra Tech Inc. from the pre-qualified on-call wastewater and environmental engineering services consultant list. This revision increases the budget authority by $200,000 from $882,306 to $1,082,306, including contingency for design services and design support during bid and award for the Aliso Creek Limekiln Creek Restoration Project. Some background on this project: Proposition O authorization and funding for the project were approved in February 2014. The project is located in Council District 12 at the junction of Aliso and Limekiln Creeks in the Northridge neighborhood within the Los Angeles River watershed. The project aims to improve water quality in Aliso Creek, Limekiln Creek, and the Los Angeles River by constructing stormwater-based management practices, BMPs, to capture and treat runoff before it enters the waterways. Key proposed BMPs include stormwater diversion facilities, a pump station and hydrodynamic separators, screening and vegetated detention and retention basins. On July 12, 2017, the board approved issuing a sole source TOS number 11 in the amount of $256,936 to continue design services, bid and award support, and design support during construction that had begun under a previous contract in February 2014. The board approved the revision that increased budget authority to $882,306 on February 23, 2022. On April 21, 2021, City Council authorized an increase to the Aliso Creek Limekiln Creek project budget from $10,940,000 $1,889 to $16,140,089 due to permitting fees, updated building codes, and construction cost escalation. This task order is funded by Proposition O Clean Water Bond and Measure W Safe Clean Water Program. Regarding the current status and phasing of this project, the project is approximately 95% through design. A revised construction estimate prepared in September 2023 projected costs at $23.3 million, bringing the total project cost to $29.3 million. Due to the budget limitation, the project will now be delivered in 2 phases as approved by City Council in February 2025. And we have the council file number 13-1526-S4 for that purpose. Phase 1 will include 2 diversion structures, 1 pump station, 1 hydrodynamic separator, 2 bioretention basins, and pathway lighting, estimated at $16.1 million. Phase 2 will include 1 diversion structure, 1 pump station, 1 hydrodynamic separator, and 3 additional bioretention basins, estimated at $17.99 million. Regarding the additional scope of work, the purpose of this task order revision is to increase the budget authority from $882,306 to $1,082,305. This budget increase is needed to separate design packages into 2 phases, which has civil, structural, landscaping, irrigation, and mechanical components. Also, we're going to have to make design revisions that include retaining curb walls, parking lot restoration, and LA Fire Department access, tree protection zones, and a second water meter, relocation of transformer to LA DWP access, supervisory control and data acquisition system updates for remote operation from Venice Pump Station. Provide permit support for Los Angeles Building and Safety, Fire Department, Bureau of Sanitation for low impact development clearance, California Water Board, LA County Flood Control, and Southern California Railroad Authority. And also develop an operations and maintenance plan outlining responsibilities between recreation and park and sanitation. Regarding the business inclusion program, Tetra Tech was not able to meet city goals for women business enterprise and small business enterprise since Robert Group was unavailable and declined to participate in the project outreach efforts. LA Sanitation Public Office will be used to conduct public outreach activities in order to minimize further delays to the project schedule. Tetra Tech can identify a suitable disadvantaged veteran business enterprise consultant to perform any of the remaining tasks specific to the project. They will continue to pursue minority, women, small, emerging, and disadvantaged veteran business enterprise participation opportunities as part of future task order efforts. Under the previous task order that ended in 2017, the city established minority business enterprise and women business enterprise goals for consultants. Tetra Tech achieved their pledges for that prior task. Regarding funding, the additional funding required to increase the task order is provided by Measure W Municipal Safe Clean Water Fund. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments related to this item? Commissioner Cardenas.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Question. Did I hear correctly, the construction project's going to be split up into 2 phases? And the first phase is 16 million, the second phase is 17 million, roughly?
That's correct.
That's a total of 33 million. What was the original cost estimate for the construction?
I don't have that number ready with me. I can dig into it, but there was a reason for all of these costs. one of the reasons was the UMA agreement between LA San and LA County. And there was a scope change. So LA Sanitation, they needed to, for their operational purposes and also through that negotiation between the LA County, they requested additional scope of work. Another component of this escalation was that building codes changed. So the design had to be upgraded to include all of those building code changes. And also it was 2021. So there was, there was a cost escalation that was incorporated into that increase. So these are the components of,
All right. You can get back to me on that, on the original cost, please.
yes, I will.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Any additional questions or comments on this item? All right, seeing none, is there a first and a second?
So move.
Second.
First by President Pro Tem Grant, seconded by Vice President Chavez.
Thank you, President King. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 4, starting with you, President King.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes. Item 4 is approved unanimous.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item number 5, which is a tree removal at 4172 North Rosario Road and 4157 North Marcos Road in Council District 3.
Good morning, Honorable Board of Public Works. Brian Ramirez with the Streets LA Urban Forestry Division, bringing before you a request for this board to approve the removal of 5 protected trees for the construction of a new single-family dwelling relative to a city planning case. The trees being proposed for removal are 4 coast live oak trees and 1 toyon shrub. For the history of this project, the applicant is proposing to build a new 2-story single-family dwelling. The total proposed residential floor area is 3,587 feet. This project is being proposed across 2 different lots, or two separate lots, more accurately saying it. And the lot, the vacant lots cumulatively measure 9,190 feet. For this project, the property owner acquired the services of a tree expert who assessed the property relative to the impact to the trees, and a Streets LA arborist subsequently went out and inspected the site, verified that the protected tree report was accurate, and agreed that the 5 trees would need to be removed. The 5 trees are in poor to good condition, and they measure approximately 10 to 26 inches in diameter by 10 to 35 feet in height. The 3 of these trees, the coast live oaks, are being removed due to being directly in the footprint of the home, and an additional oak and a toyon shrub are being removed for the installation of a retaining wall towards the side of the property. Streets LA does seek to preserve mature, healthy trees whenever possible. And for this project, it's notable that there was a total of 20 trees, of which 5 are being removed, which leaves 15 other trees that are being preserved in place throughout construction. As part of the condition, if this board approves the removal of these trees and shrubs, the applicant shall plant 16 24-inch box-sized coast live oak trees and 4 15-gallon toyon shrubs on the project site. And these trees, survival of the trees will be guaranteed by a bond, posting of a bond, to ensure that they remain within the property. As it pertains to the California Environmental Quality Act, the Department of City Planning actually prepared and adopted the categorical exemption for this project, determining that a section 15303 class 3 CEQA exemption was appropriate. There was no significant impact for this project. As far as public notifications, the 3rd Council District was informed of the removals of these trees, and the Streets LA also posted the website with the tree removal details to inform the public. That concludes my presentation here before the board, and I'm happy to take any questions that you may have at this time.
Thank you. Colleagues, any questions? Nope. Seeing none, do we have a motion?
So move.
Second?
We have a first by Pro Tem Grant, second by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. We'll take a roll call vote. And for the record, President King stepped out at approximately 10:40 this morning. So we'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 5 with a first by Commissioner Pro Tem Grant and a second by Commissioner Cardenas. We'll start the roll call with Vice President Chavez,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant,
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell, and Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and this item is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. All right, next we have item number 6, which is a joint report, Bureau of Engineering and Contract Administration.
Hi, good morning, Commissioners. My name is George Huang from the Bureau of Engineering. The item before the board today is to award a construction contract for the Chandler Boulevard Cycle Track Gap Closure Project. This project will construct new protected bike lanes along Chandler Boulevard between Leghorn Avenue and Vineland Avenue, which will complete a bike network closure of about 21 miles to provide continuous bike route from Chatsworth to downtown Burbank. The scope of work will include new transit platform, curb ramps, sidewalk, curb and gutter, street pavement reconstruction and overlay, and traffic signal striping enhancements, and also street lighting improvements. With that, I would like to transition to our project manager, who will give a bit more about the project background and the bidding process and the contract review process as well. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Catherine Mendoza from the Bureau of Engineering. I am a project manager with the Street Improvement Division. This project was first advertised on February 21st, 2024, for which we received no bids. On May 3rd, 2024, BOE re-advertised the project. We received a sole bid in the amount of $10,711,872, which was more than 164% higher than our city engineer's estimate of $4,045,845. The Board of Public Works rejected the sole bid on August 21st, 2024. After the first rebid, BOE solicited feedback from the sole bidder to incorporate areas of improvement to the contract documents to increase bidder participation and scope understanding. The project was re-advertised for a second time on May 28, 2025. 5 bids were received on July 9, 2025 from Environmental Construction, Griffith Company, Toro Enterprises, Green Building Corporation, and Excel Paving. The lowest responsible bidder, Environmental Construction, presented a base amount of $6,822,621.69, which is 110% higher than our city engineer's estimate of $3,243,874. The most significant bid item cost disparity between the city engineer's estimate and all 5 bidders, including the lowest bidder, were in traffic signal, striping, and street lining bid items, which accounts for over 75% of the project scope of work. Traffic control requirements and the 22% DB participation goal may have contributed to the higher bid prices. Many DBE firms that perform these specialty items are smaller in size and have limited capacity compared to larger non-DEB contractors. As a result, these DBE firms may have increased overhead costs and risk, which is reflected in higher subcontractor pricing. The project was advertised with a DBE go of 22%. The lowest bidder pledged a DBE commitment of 24.90%. Despite the higher bids received, we recommend proceeding with the award of the construction contract to the lowest bidder, to the lowest responsible bidder, Environmental Construction. The project is federally funded by the Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Fund and state funded by the Priority Legislative Budget Projects Earmark Fund. Additional funding comes from the Road Maintenance and Rehabilitation Special Fund Senate Bill 1. That concludes my report. We are available for any questions you may have. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Colleagues, questions on this item? Commissioner Cardenas?
Yeah, just a question with everything going on with street lighting and the copper wire thefts. Are there mitigation procedures for the street lighting so that, as soon as it's constructed, we don't have any issues with copper wire theft with the new lights?
On some of our other projects, some of the mitigations we are applying is a modified burn test. Due to like certain theft and regulatory theft that has been going on several project locations. So we've been in close coordination with BSL on other projects. So that's a option that may be available in case that issue presents itself in this project.
You're saying it's an option? Explain to me how it's an option to possibly prevent the theft. I'm just curious. Maybe some of your colleagues can answer that if they like.
Thank you. My name is Imam Malik.
Right into the mic, please.
Thank you. My name is Imam Malik. I'm the civil engineer in charge of this group. We have received a directive from BSL to start burying all these pillboxes. So while our plans were generated and advertised before this directive went out, we will be working with all these contractors to complete this work. However, now when you have to start burying these pillboxes, that might be a change order for this project.
Correct.
Because again, it wasn't advertised that way. But this is the directive we're going to be working with on all contractors moving forward, as you've already seen the impact with all of this stuff in all our projects.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to make sure you were working with BSL and using their best practices. And I understand it was after the project, so there'll be change orders to make that change.
Yeah, but we all know that's the best way to move forward. And on some of our projects, we face hundreds of thousands of damages because of this issue.
Yeah, correct. Thank you.
Thank you.
Colleagues, any other questions? I know that this project was riddled with a lot of complications, especially with the original engineer's estimate being less than half of the lowest bid received. And so I know you spoke to it a little bit, but just wanted to see if there was an analysis done comparing what the estimate assumptions were against the actual bid line items.
Yeah, certainly. When we go prepare our city engineer's estimate, we always look at recent bids. BOE has a database of recent bid projects that come in. So we look at identical bid item descriptions or similar, and also quantities as well. And then we use that to calculate our unit prices that we're going to apply into our city engineer's estimate. In this case, it looks like most of the civil work, like the sidewalk, concrete, curb and gutter, did align more closely to our city engineer's estimate and the bids. But I think where we came at a much bigger disparity was in the traffic and the street lighting items. Those are a little bit hard for us to quantify and in terms of the unit prices, because a lot of times they're done as a specialty work by the subcontractors, and a lot of times with the disadvantaged business enterprise requirements, the DBE, sometimes they may be a little bit higher than maybe other contractors who have bigger resources than some of the smaller subcontractors. But I know we're working closely with LADOT to update these unit prices, so we anticipate we'll be more closer in line on future projects. And also just want to point out, like, we have, in this case, we did have 5 bidders, and it looks like all the bidders at least were 100% higher. So they're bidding kind of similar around to what all the 5 bidders were at least 100% over our estimate. So I think that maybe it's kind of our estimate in terms of that we have to update to be more closer in line with the market prices.
Yes, and I guess that's kind of my question is, given that data that you received, where all the bids were kind of around the same price, I think it would certainly raise the need to do additional market research to have a better expectation included in the engineer's estimate, so that you know, we can understand pricing expectations a little bit better in the estimate, because that's something that we, the board, really rely on to ensure that the public is getting and the city is getting the best, you know, bang for their buck, as it will. So I think it's really important, and I know that it's a process. Expectations change, the market changes, costs go up. So I just wanted to raise that. And then the second thing wanted to raise or ask about is understanding that one of the reasons for the original bids, the reasons was the complications due to the traffic signal, similar to what my colleague brought up about BSL. And I know you mentioned the work with DOT, but just curious whether you still, given the complexity with the different traffic signal coordination that's going to be needed for this, do you still expect this project to be completed within the, is it 365-day estimate? Is that construction schedule? Is that still your expectation that it will be completed within that schedule?
Yes, that's still our expectation, to be completed within the contract duration, the 365 calendar days. We have, well, this project actually is in partnership with LADOT. So they have a project manager that's also assigned to this project with our BOE project manager. So when it comes into construction, all the traffic work coordination with their inspectors on the DOT side and our inspectors will be worked out during the pre-construction meeting that we will have. So I'm confident we can still work within that schedule that we mentioned in the board report.
Yes.
Hi, thank you. For this project, we've actually are working with DOT as well as the CM support on this project. So typically BOE takes on the CM role, but because this project is heavily traffic signal and traffic striping operated, DOT CM is going to help step in and support this. And this helps to expedite not just construction, but also helps to expedite construction issues and to getting them resolved. Because we usually go work with DOT to resolve these issues on our projects, but this time they'll be leading the construction management. They'll be out there on the site every day. They'll be very aware of these issues. So with all that extensive background information, they'll be able to provide support much more quickly. And it's typically these issues that hold us up to have to extend our construction timeline and schedule. But we're hoping by taking this proactive approach, we can stop these issues earlier, we can notice them out in the field and resolve them before they become delays to the project.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate that additional context.
Any other questions? And I apologize for walking away earlier.
No, anyone else have any questions? No. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, with that, colleagues, do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right, we have a first by Commissioner Cardenas and a second by Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 6, starting with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 6 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 7. We have a report from Bureau of Sanitation, AFE, National Association for Clean Water Agencies.
Good morning. Is my audio okay? Yeah. Good morning. My name is Christina Jones. I'm from LA Sanitation and Environment. I am here for item 7, an authority for expenditure for the National Clean Water Association agencies. This is in the amount of $103,000. $103,080. This is for an annual membership for this organization. Sanitation was one of the first original members of this organization, and they provide national advocacy as well as training support and regulatory intelligence. So it's very important for our organization to continue our membership in NACWA. And we do have our general manager who is currently on the board, and we have staff that participate in the various committees that are offered by this organization. And we are very happy to be celebrating 55 years of this organization and our relationship. So we look forward to continuing that. And I'm here to answer if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. Colleagues, any questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
I have a question. $103,000 for a membership. Membership, does that include, what does it include? Because I understand our general manager's on the board, so they're basically working for this organization. So 103,000 gives membership to 10 employees, to 100 employees. What is the city getting out of these fees?
So these fees go to pay for any city employee to have a membership within sanitation. So as long as you have a city email when you register, you're covered. So there is no individual membership fee associated for an employee to participate. So they do get to participate in the committee meetings. So from the legislative perspective, just because that's the one I'm involved with, it means it's a monthly call with organizations from across the country to talk about legislative priorities when it comes to biosolids or clean water issues. So you get that just as part of the membership. You don't pay a separate fee. That's what's included in the $103,080 fee.
So all BOE members, all BOE engineers are basically our members. The whole city's covered, or which organizations or which departments are covered with this fee arrangement?
The realistic answer is anybody with an lacity.org email.
Okay.
But what I believe their expectation is would be anyone in sanitation. But I haven't seen anybody from another bureau request to participate, so it hasn't come up yet at this point.
Okay. I was just curious. Thank you.
Sure. Happy to help.
Thank you. All right, any other questions? Seeing none, I'll move approval. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a first by myself and a second by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 7, starting with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. Aye. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 7 is approved and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. All right, moving on to number 8, also from Bureau of Sanitation and AFE for Key Code Media.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Cherie Byers, Senior Management Analyst 1 with LA Sanitation and Environment, and Operations Manager for the Environmental Learning Center at Hyperion, which we refer to as the ELC. The ELC was developed to address the need for increased public education on how urban activities impact the environment. Opened in 2013, it is a 20,000 square foot, 2-story former administration building that accommodates 2 floors of exhibit galleries, an 85 fixed seat auditorium, and a multi-purpose classroom known as the Learning Lab. Today, I'm requesting approval for an authority for expenditure in the amount of $42,000 for the professional services for the installation and upgrade of the audio-video AV system in the ELC's multi-purpose classroom called the Learning Lab. The current AV infrastructure in the Learning Lab is over 12 years old and no longer meets the operational or technological needs of the ELC, as in-person meetings, trainings, conferences, and webinars are now requested with Zoom or Google Meets requests from different environmental groups, stakeholders, non-government organizations, and city departments. Keycode Media is the city contracted vendor whom we purchased the equipment from in October of 2025 and is a licensed Questron provider authorized to install the specific products included in the original purchase order of $120,000. The labor required for the installation is proprietary in nature, as it must be performed by a licensed Crestron technicians. The labor involved for the installation of equipment is no longer allowed under the existing revised city contract. It is specifically structured for the procurement of goods and limited services directly tied to those goods, like basic installation or maintenance. Based on the existing contract, any services must be incidental to the goods and cannot exceed the value of the material themselves by 20%. Therefore, in order to have the purchased equipment installed and remain in compliance with the procurement policies, these installation services must be acquired separately through this AE. The total cost of the professional services AE will not exceed $42,000. We want to thank you for considering this AE approval, and I, alongside my colleague Naisha Lewis, are here to answer questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Colleagues, any questions on this item?
I just have a general question regarding the Learning Center for the public out there. How many school buses or organizations come through on an annual basis and learn and take advantage of the facility there?
Absolutely. Naisha, do you have a number? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So when we're fully operational, we usually have about 20,000 visitors, and that includes students, organizations that will use our facility for free in order to have seminars, community meetings, different things like that, with the intention of them coming to use the facility and then taking a tour of the exhibits and a tour of the plant to learn about the work that LA Sanitation does.
And this equipment is vital to that operation?
Yes, so our learning lab is severely outdated. And so we need new screens, new microphones. We need new technology that allows for the, like she was mentioning, the virtual meetings that are being held now. We have a lot of NGOs specifically that want to come and use the facility. And sometimes they have members that are across the country, or even sometimes we have dignitaries who come in from out of the country, and they want to be able to Zoom in or Google Meets in, and we don't have that capability in our upstairs learning lab.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, I support this. I know that that Learning Center is a vital resource, especially by the surrounding community. I've personally been in that room and experienced the audio-visual challenges. So thank you for bringing this forward.
Thank you.
Do you have a motion?
So move. Second.
All right, we have a first by Commissioner, or Pro Tem Grant, and second by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you. Vice President Chavez will take a roll call vote on approval of item 8, starting with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell and Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is approved and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving to our next item, number 9. This is a request for approval for the solar photovoltaic and energy storage systems. Do we have someone from Bureau of Engineering?
Yes, good morning. My name is Steve Ferris. I'm the Principal Architect at the Bureau of Engineering. It's in the motion before you today. The Bureau of Engineering initiated an establishment of the pre-qualified list of design-build contractors for solar photovoltaic and energy storage systems for city facilities in 2021. The services provided by the pre-qualified list may include design build, construction, and financing of new solar photovoltaic systems, energy storage systems, or a combination of both. The approved list will be needed for bidding and awarding the construction of cities' future solar photovoltaic and energy storage system projects after December 17th of 2026. The approved list is available to all city departments, including proprietary and semi-proprietary departments, as well as independent public agencies chartered by the state of California, similar to the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles. The construction contract will be executed on a project-by-project basis. So we're requesting in this motion that the board approve the extension of the existing pre-qualified list of design-build contractors through December 17th of 2031. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Colleagues, questions? I had a question. I'm just curious, and I know you mentioned that there in the future there will be, it's anticipated that there'll be more standalone energy storage systems as we work toward, because this includes also our proprietary department projects as well, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any sort of sense of what those, what the scale of these projects is going to be?
I can't speak for the other city departments, but at least within the Bureau of Engineering, and we initiated this initially, we have not utilized this on-call list as of yet from Bureau of Engineering, and I'm unaware if others may have. But from our end, it's been a work in progress to get it developed, to get the scope just right. But we do have at least one project that we see here in the very near future, but I anticipate more as they come forward. It's because it's a very specific scope of work that happens, and so a lot of times the work that comes to us, we have to find that specific solar project. So, but yeah, I do think we will be getting more.
Okay, appreciate that. All right, thank you. Do we have a motion for this item?
So moved. Second.
All right, we have a first by Commissioner Cardenas, second by Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 9, starting with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes. Item 9 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to our last item, number 10, Bureau of Engineering updated funding table.
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. So, my name is Noor Malhus from Bureau of Engineering. I'm the Principal Civil Engineer of our Street Improvement Division. On August 28, 2024, the Board of Public Works adopted a board report which authorized the city engineer to issue a task order solicitation to SOMAS for project management and engineering support for the street design and storm drain design manual update with a budget authority of $3.3 million. The board report had listed some funding sources as to be determined, but since the time of board approval, new funding sources have been identified. One of them, as part of the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget, an additional amount of $312,650 had been identified for contractual services from Fund Number 100, Department 78, and Appropriation Unit 003040. Then furthermore, on April 11, 2025, the City Council introduced a council file number 230600 related to Vision Zero evaluation and safety, which has provided authority to authorize the controller to transfer $900,000 to the project. At the time that this motion was prepared and sent over, the council report hasn't been finalized. But as of December 22nd, it has been final. And so that has been officially approved and final. And then the remaining balance of $1,037,738 in the future, a board report, a board motion will have to be done so we can identify that funding. So I therefore move that the board approve the use of the funding table number 2, which lists the new funding sources in lieu of the approved funding table number 1. So funding table number 1 does identify $1,050,000 and then additional $2,250,000 for to be determined funding. And then the revised table now does include identified funding up to $1,362,262, and then proposed future funding, Vision Zero funds of $900,000, and then funding sources to be determined, $1,037,738. Now, but then when we go to our second move, I further move that the board authorize the payment of invoices from the newly proposed account funded by Vision Zero once the account's department numbers, fund numbers, and appropriation units have been created and identified. So I do actually have the account number right now. DOT has identified this, but since they did not sign on this, on the board report, I didn't want to bring that account number. However, I just want to make it clear so we won't have to come back again to the board that the second move or further move allows, I want to make sure that it's effectuated properly where the board will allow us to pay for, as part of this motion that's being approved, that we're allowed to use the account number that DOT has identified without us going back to board. That's how I try to effectuate it here. I just want to make sure that everyone understands that so we won't have to come back again. And with that concludes the presentation.
Great, thank you for that clarification. Colleagues, any additional questions on this item?
Council, I guess that's appropriate to sort of, without further board action, to go ahead and approve, let it be approved once the account numbers are
Typically, as occurs with contracts,
it is pending the city council's approval. It does come back, but to the extent there is no, but that's because it requires the board's signature, for example. But to the extent that's not required, as long as we make clear that it is pending city council approval, then that should be fine.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification. All right. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Second?
All right, we have a first by Pro Tem Grant and a second by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 10, starting with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell and Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 10 is adopted, and we'll move forward forthwith.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, Mr. Knight, does that clear the desk for today?
Yes, it does, Vice President Chavez.
Okay, excellent. Our next meeting will be on Wednesday, January 7th, and we will adjourn today at 11:12 a.m.